Peace and blessings and keep up the lessons. You know who this is. Crypto B-Boy coming at you. Let's get in. We're going to get into some of the stuff that I was with the last video. This is number 2 to the archives of Brother Talib Show, dealing with what's going on now. All part of the plan. Let's get in. You ready? Let's get it. Are you ready? Let's get it. Alrighty then. Yeah. So pretty much I'm going to get right straight to the video. You know what I was dealing with before. The last video was talking about with my archives, and I told y'all in the future, actually before the other videos, I told you guys that I would be start bringing my archives as my receipts for what I know, what I've known, even before some of the people that I even take from, that break it down in a way where some people will listen, because some people, they like to listen to the way someone articulates what they're saying, and it sounds, intellectual. So, and I've noticed that too with certain videos. If you talk more intellectual, people see you have more visual, all this YouTube stuff that you try to put a video together instead of dealing with the content of what the person's talking about. Especially if a person is trying, like myself, to just be on a level where it doesn't go over people's heads. Not too much technological jargon, or not too much, cussing, or not too much where you're just talking in symbolism and you're talking like you're from another planet. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, using coding and stuff and riddlers stuff. No, just being straight up and, uh, talking what we need to know, benefiting each other on a level that everybody can be able to understand and comprehend. So basically, I'm bringing it to you. So now we're going to listen to this lady, Dr. Harnet, the one that I told you about. And, there's videos. Her videos will be in my, I will try to put, if I can do it again, put her video in the description. So don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to your bro. Like I said, it doesn't cost any money, again, to subscribe. It just helps the person that is giving you the content to be freer and to free up their time, because when they monetize, they are able to be freer in their time to give you more content, to do research like I have for you in this video that I've done. Okay, so let's listen. All right, let's listen. First one. Hold on for a sec and cue it up for you. Actually, was queued up, but I just got to make sure it gets on the right one. Here we go. All right, ready. We're going to listen to the little bit of the last one. All right, hold on.
But back to the point, you can go with Robert Kiyosaki and hear about that stuff, and he'll tell you. But, back to her and what she's talking about. So listen up again.
Are actually saying, yes, we do remember that time. And I lost 20,000 at my house. I was impacted directly, some say indirectly. I lost a job of 10 years. Yes, my wife lost her job. We had foreclosure. I filed for bankruptcy. I lived in New York and it was terrible. There was no hiring. My property was seized. And so on. I lost stock investments. So this is just in our small community here, and it's coming in so fast. I lost property, home value.
And just to know, this was in 2008, 2009 time period when that major recession came in, and some people didn't even realize that it actually happened, but some people did, and it affected a lot of people, and it was global. So it wasn't just here in America. It hit America mainly. It was an American national thing, but there was a lot of domino effect that went on. All right, so let's finish.
My home, I lost my home. I was impacted. So
what she's doing, she's talking about the people who are in the room, and that there's just so many that's coming in about how they were impacted by the great, well, we could say great recession. 2008, 2009, because some people didn't even notice it. This is going happening. They're not aware about what's going on in the mass, and we allow media, we allow people who are at the top to influence us, or more or less to blind us, better to say, and not allow us to see They influence us to think what they think because they're at the top, they're the mainstream, then it's correct and it's right all the time. And you can't question it, or you won't go to the other side because you're going to be considered as a conspiracy theorist. You understand? And this is how they label. They put these labels up so they can block out what is actual truth that's coming out. Not all the time it's true, but most of the time it is. It's no longer a theory; it's an actual fact. And as we know, the things have come to be during the pandemic era, and the pandemic itself was revealed by people who spoke about this type of stuff that was going to happen.
So the pandemic was one of the catalysts, one of the major catalysts. It was a major catalyst because it affected people on a destructive level of actually losing life, okay? And businesses and everything, I mean, a lot of things. So it was a major catalyst to this great reset, the WEF, right? Their thing, right? Charles Klaus or whatever his name is, right? And these other people, all part of the plan, and then here in America, the government and the feds, everybody's a part of this plan. Gary the Goon Gensler, part of the SEC, part of the plan. The ETH Gate, part of the plan. Hinman emails, part of the plan. I'm trying to just put it all together, and then some of us have been trying to piece these puzzles. Even DAI, he does his thing. But the thing about it is that we don't come together to do it, and we don't give each other credit and prop each other up. Prop everybody who's trying to produce this for each other. Not just a chosen few and picking and choosing, oh, this guy and whatever. But everybody get in on it so that you can know what's going on. And I just want to also say, I apologize and I thank you, those who have been following me and subscribing. I don't want to seem like I'm condescending or really like trying real hard to get through the people and get them to know what I'm doing so then I can get attention and I would be on the stage. No, that's not the thing. My thing is that what I know and what I've been knowing, it gives a foundation to know this stuff is part of the plan and this stuff is truth and this stuff is not something of just speculation right now. This is stuff that has been already spoken about, but not everybody knew. So some of you are being awoken from the matrix and are realizing that, oh, wow, you're seeing the realities now. And you're hearing the realities more coming from other content creators more than myself when I was in the darkness and nobody really knew about me. And now I'm trying to bring my receipts and to let you know so that it has been spoken about by me and others who were even before me. You understand? But it wasn't the mainstream talk in the crypto content creating space in YouTube, as well besides any other social medias, as to whether it's Instagram or Facebook, like T and Kurt and the rest of those guys and brothers came from there, and they was doing their talks more on the technological level because of their background, their IT and their into technology and computers and so forth like this, right? So, and then you have Quincy Jones. His whole thing is coming from the tech area. You understand, dealing with computers. So, and he barely would talk about, even though he produced content, but his content was produced more dealing on technological basis. Not like what I speak of or DAI speak of or others that bring about these sides and these angles of what's been going on, what's part of the plan. What's the plan? What is coming? What are we seeing that actually is taking place? Okay, so then let's leave this video alone. Close this one up because I think that's enough for that one. The time's going by, so I'm trying to keep up and keep track with the time. And forgive me. Don't forget to click the like button now and subscribe. Again, it doesn't cost money to subscribe, only to join. And I don't need any people joining memberships, especially at this time. I'm not even monetized yet. So even if I was, it wouldn't be a big deal. I'm not looking for money from anyone. I'm just looking for people to recognize the beneficial knowledge that I have and the insight that I have, and I don't say that in a boastful manner. I say that in the manner of like a teacher would be teaching in front of you, a professor, and they give you their credentials, or you know their credentials, or you know their knowledge is really very, very much interesting as well. Besides being interesting, but beneficial, that they're learning. You're learning from them. You're taking it, and you can utilize this in your life. I'm a life person as well. I don't just speak on just economical or financial levels of what we're dealing with in our life. Just like that's why a lot of you, and I like myself, really fond of my man T, because he goes on those levels. He doesn't just stay tech. Not saying any brothers that, or even like Quincy Jones, just stay tech. Even him, he gets into being theatrical with it and so forth, and he goes in there. But that's what he loves. He's a techie. That's what Quincy is. I love him. And then T is in his own right, in his own area, but he deals with other ways of how to deliver the content. And you got other content creators. You got Lulu. Lulu is not much as techie as those guys, but he has knowledge about his research that he does, and he sits there and learns it enough to be able to disseminate it to you. And this is good. So those guys, everybody has their own technique in their own way, and we need to respect all of them, as long as they're not talking against the crypto space and against other cryptos, in the sense that those other cryptos do have some relevance in the crypto space. Not talking about what they call the S coins and the crappy coins and the scams and the FTX stuff, but whether we knew he was going to be this way or not. But I'm talking about the ones we know. You understand? And then this infighting in the XRP community is ridiculous. Or people changing and flipping the script, which I wasn't surprised with Charles Gasparino, what he's done. But bump him. He can go ahead where he wants to go. I'm not going to take his stuff. He's being like a kid and going back at whoever he feels that came at him. So anyway, and he's using the media to do so, which is so immature to me. But anyway, let's get to the point again. This one right here is pretty good. Hold on for a second. I was supposed to actually, I'm talking to you guys, and I was supposed to queue it up. Let me see. Get it, not queued up, but get it set up and ready to go. Okay, let me see. Here we go. Why is it not working? Hold on for a second, guys. I apologize for this. This is... Let's see. There we go. All right.
The friendly neighborhood Muslim Talib Ibrahim Pugh. Yes. Here again.
Okay, we're going to go up a little bit with that.
Now she's showing pictures, and visually you won't be able to see, unless you watch the video, like I said, in the other video, that you can watch the video, which is part 1, the big global reset, and it's question mark and exclamation mark, how to avoid business failure in Africa in 2021, and on to the future, what to be. So she shows a picture of banks crumbling. She shows people in depression, the political system shutting down, like they closed the government closes down and stuff like that has happened before. People out there protesting. I can't see the other pictures, but basically that's the point. And a whole lot of the different systems and infrastructures globally is going to fall, or fall even more than what we think right now. So let's listen up some more.
Confess that some of the pictures actually do not look far-fetched. We have seen these pictures. In fact, these are the pictures of situations happening right now. What we see is shop and business closure on an enormous scale. I have watched a video on business and shop closure in central London, and I've been absolutely shocked. It looks like a dead central London. And because I've lived there for 13 years in London, I know exactly the cameraman went into.
And see what she's saying? She's going into, she's dealing with what is going on and what's coming. You understand what I'm saying? Again, are you ready? So she's dealing with that and letting the people know in that room, but let alone the YouTube video. Of course, it goes global and anybody can see it. So letting us know, this is public, that we're going through this stuff right now, and it's coming more to come.
And now I was saying this, like I said, it's up to almost 2 years now. We're into 2023. That was 2021. So, you know, it's pretty much, even though you see down there in the bottom says a year from now, that's just YouTube. YouTube hasn't caught up with the month that I've did that video in 2021, which will take it to 2023. Then that this is a new year. So I think it might have been in late January. So it might come up to that point where it'll be 2 years within the last part of this month, or February. I could have probably did the video. So anyway, let's go.
You know what I mean? Everything she's mentioned, shutdowns of businesses, big business, not even small business, but big business, let alone small businesses. And the only small businesses that are really surviving is the businesses that have more essential, adding to what she's saying, essential care, or essential items, like things that have to do with cleansing the body and cleaning the what do you call it, sanitizing a room, like the sanitizers, sprays, and stuff like that. Um, Antibacterial agents, and substances that are used to cleanse the people, their body, as well as the areas that they're at. Mask.
And that was due to
And
pandemic.
she'll speak about that.
That was due to the pandemic at the time when I was speaking. I was during present pandemic era, like that. So 2021, of course. So, the essentials being things that people need, even food, of course. Those are the only companies that were really still functional and able to continue to survive when the crash started coming in on the economical. It was like an economical crash or shutdown. Actually, it was a shutdown that led to certain things crashing. You know what I mean? Even shipments of supplies and certain to other companies that needed them. It caused problems like that. A lot of things. So anyway, let's continue.
As well.
Not imagined before in the West. We're going to see a downfall of the stock markets in a way we have not seen for decades. We're going to see a complete failure of the bank system, as predicted. Where we don't really know what will happen with our bank, that is, with our money that we have at those banks. And then we will see, of course, unrest, riots, a rise of extremism. We have already seen it. If we're looking here at the picture of the riots at the Capitol Hill, but we're also seeing riots already across Europe. Sunday people are rioting in Denmark and the Netherlands. Denmark? Denmark, have you ever heard anything about Denmark? It's kind of the quietest country on this planet. You hardly hear.
And just to go on to that point for there, so with this type of era that we're in, it can go on. Oh, okay. When she mentioned about, she was just leaving off from speaking about Hitler. Look at that figure. And many of us know where did he come from? What was his ideology? Okay, preparing for the worst. What did they say? And it says here, Great Reset and a Doomsday. So these are the two narratives that exist, and why I say narratives, because people are feeding this, and as she said, she follows it.
Okay, so that's that, and then because this video is going a bit long, so I'm gonna have to stop that for there. Um, I might do a third one, part 3. This is getting juicy as I even go back into it. It's like going back into my past. You know what I'm saying? Not that it is my past, but not that far past. Okay, so let's get into this one. What we're doing here. So what we're doing here now is we're going to talk about the BRICS a little bit. I'm going to get into some updating because I did say that I was going to do that in the video, the past video that I did, the last one. In this one, I'm going to talk about the BRICS and read a little bit of what's up to date, what's going on, because it's always BRICS nations, the BRICS nations initiatives are always trying to go forward, and they're trying to get things done, and they're moving pretty efficiently. So, and there's reasons because they know that their people in their lands, they're showing more genuine care than what we see in the West, or what we've been seeing in the West, and what the West has their rule and the expansionism over the world has shown a standoffish on a bias, some at portions of times racist type of hand of being able to rule over the other countries as the superpowers. Right now, it's the superpower type of narrative is going in the hands of the BRICS nations. Yeah, it's mainly Asia, those areas, and even Africa now and then you got Middle East which is Saudi Arabia entered into the the association of the BRICS nations, right? So let's look and read a little bit. I'm going to go into my emails. Just give me a quick minute. I got to click on that and get that here. All right, so let's get in. Hold on for a sec. And I'll try to expand it if I can. Hold on. Let me get a little bit of expansion here. It's quite small. Alrighty. Okay. So what do we have here? We don't have the full page, and I'm trying to get it where I can get the full page. Just give me a second. I don't know why this is doing this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because I can't really even expand this thing, I don't know what happened here. Oh, here we go. I was using the wrong. Okay, so we'll read it. It says BRICS acknowledges UGNA, right? Okay, we'll go back. UGNA resolution on combating glorification of Nazism. Okay, so what is that saying? That's pretty much saying that the BRICS nations is against Nazism or any, racist type of sentiment, right? Which is good. This is great. BRICS members support South Africa's chairship in 2023 15 summit. Okay, so oh wait, hold on, sorry. I was supposed to go to this, and it did it take it out? I think it didn't bring it in there. It didn't bring all the information for this, but I can hold on for a second. I'll just go to that one again. Hold on, just give me a sec, and I'll read it for you. All right, so again, it was saying foreign ministers from Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa on Thursday acknowledged the annual UNGA resolution on combating glorification of Nazism, neo-Nazism, and other practices that contribute to fueling contemporary forms of racism, racial discrimination, and related intolerance. Do you see? And this is a very good sign of their initiatives and them feeling to want to do right by the people and all people. Okay. BRICS foreign ministers held their annual meeting on the margins of the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, where members exchanged their support for the continued cooperation of BRICS members in areas of mutual interest, including through regular exchanges amongst their permanent missions to the UN. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave that there, and that's one of the news you can look into. It's called the Business Standard, and go and check this article out yourself. That's where I got the resource of it. Okay, and then let me see if I can go and back in here and read it for you. Read the new one, the other one. Excuse me, not the new one. South Africa's. Hold on. BRICS members support South Africa's chairship in 2023 15th summit, right? So this is what they're doing now. According to the statement released by BRICS ministers, were briefed on this preparation for South Africa's chairship of BRICS in 2023. And it gets into, what do you see here? Let's just read a little bit. Foreign ministers from Brazil, and Brazil, Russia, India, of course, the BRICS nations, which is China, extended their full support for South Africa, who is one of their members, of course, for its BRICS chairship in 2023, and also for holding the 15th summit. BRICS foreign ministers held their annual meeting on the margins of the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, where the ministers said they are looking forward to the standalone meeting of BRICS ministers of foreign affairs and international relations in South Africa in 2023. That's this year. We're here in 2023 now. So, okay. So according to the statement released by BRICS, ministers were briefed on, I read that already. The ministers called for the implementation of the 2030 agenda for sustainable development in its three dimensions: economic, social, and environmental, in a balanced and integrated manner by mobilizing the means required to implement the 2030 agenda. Okay, so that's pretty good right there. I'm not going to read any more, but I appreciate you guys listening and sitting here with me. You know, let's put the BRICS Nation flag up, or their best logo, because yo, it's happening, and this is, like I said, this is a very big time catalyst. This is a very, besides the pandemic. First we had the pandemic, then we had, now we have the inflation and hyperinflation globally happening, and the moves that have happened over with the crypto and FTX and all these other situations that came about. But of course, the BRICS nations is a major catalyst on a geopolitical level, economical, as well as national, and all, and on and on and on and on. And it is going to be a part of this great reset, and a part of this plan, all part of the plan. So I went a little bit long. I apologize. Like I said, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to your boy. It doesn't cost any money. It's a help. It's a go. It's a boost up your man, your boy, to the level where that he can provide even more better content, more research being done. Like, Crypto Lulu, shout outs to him. Congratulations. He has stepped up to that level where he can leave his job and say, I'm going full time as a crypto content creator, and he's going to be doing what he does for you guys, right? Hey, let's all be into that. Because if we could do that, we can be benefiting each other. Those of us who do this, benefiting each other, and totally interacting and communicating and keeping this type of valuable information going about, and not that it's dying out or being censored or what have you. You know what I mean? The more of us, the merrier. And different angles, like I said, different ways of approach, different minds. Like I mentioned in the video when I spoke about the different content creators that were coming and doing their thing, and they came together under Linda Poole. I can't remember if it was Linda Poole is her name, but anyway, she did that, and she brought tea, and she had a Jim from Valhalla Capital, and she had from the Black Swan Capitalists. I think it was, I can't, Versan, and she had herself. So it was four of them doing their thing, and it showed the the diversity that is needed. We need this piece the puzzle. Look at the BRICS nations. Is that not diversity? And what are they doing? They're making strides. It's just like Ripple. Ripple doesn't deal with racism. Ripple doesn't deal with tribalism. Ripple doesn't deal with none of that. And XRP doesn't have a color. XRP doesn't have a nationality. XRP doesn't have a tribe. XRP isn't saying, okay, you got to be a maximalist to be able to own XRP. No. So let's go with it, people. Let's get it together. Let's get it better. Thank you. Appreciate you for listening to me. Keep up the work, the good work, and stay firm. Hodl out, DCA, all of that. Whatever you got to do to stay in and keep on moving forward and not give up. Keep up the hope. Keep the hope alive. Peace and blessings. Keep up the lessons. This is your boy, but not your little boy. Crypto B-Boy, I'm out. Peace.